everyone, welcome to another Fight in the Night review, the last one for 2022 and the last card is 2022, which is a main card match between Drew Dober and Bobby Green, and as always it's my job to break it down as best as I can remember it, and tell you what I thought about it at the end, so I always say that we do that. I will say it's in the UFC Apex Center, so there you go. Anyway, we start with round one, and it is a pretty, fairly out process for the most part, but Drew's definitely the first one to start engaging. He does move in with his left, he lands a really good lead leg kick. Both men fight southpaw, by the way, so it does make the movement a little bit more difficult to predict at times, but Drew is the first one to start engaging. However, Bobby is countering Drew very much, and Bobby counters Drew a lot in round one. Excuse my hair. So Bobby is landing really good jab counters as Drew's loading up punches. He's throwing to the body a little bit as well. Drew's mostly landing to the leg, but he's suffering shots as he goes for it. He's trying to throw his own overhand left, which does start to land at the end of round one, but he's not able to land it consistently. God damn it, hair. And Bobby is countering Drew at pretty much every turn, and there's a moment where Drew does go for a takedown about halfway through, but Bobby does have some great defense, and he actually manages to turn around and get on top of Drew. Not a lot really comes from it, and they're both up pretty much immediately after that. There's not really much wrestling in this entire fight, actually. Despite the fact that Drew's main pedigree is wrestling, I believe. I think Bobby's more of the striker between the two, which makes sense because, again, when they do get back on their feet, Bobby is countering Drew expertly. He's utilizing his head movement quite well. He's throwing to the body as well. He lands some really good body kicks. Drew lands a good couple of body kicks too. But it is mostly Bobby who wins round one, I think. I definitely give it to him. He just keeps countering Drew for the most part. Drew does, again, start to land near the end of round one. And he's just not mixing things up as well. And throughout round one, he is getting peppered with some nasty shots. His nose starts to bleed a bit. I think his lip starts to swell. He's got like a cut above his right eye, and it's very difficult to tell because of the fact that Drew's just got such a massive fucking jawline. But I think he has swelling under his right eye. Again, very difficult to tell, but I do give round one to Bobby Green. Round two starts, and again, the two men just have a lot of really nice respect for each other. I like seeing it, you know. Bobby even says, before the round starts, that was fun, let's do it again. And, yeah, so they both go into round two, and it is, for the most part, so the same story as round one. Drew going in for the bigger shots, not really getting a lot off of it, and Bobby countering really well with his own striking. There is some clinching with Drew holding Bobby against the cage, I believe. But for the most part, yeah, Bobby is just countering really well. And Drew is utilizing his body and head movements a little bit better. He's still eating some shots, still overloading things, but he is mixing things up a little bit more. He's throwing a good couple of kicks to the body. There is an accidental groin shot within the first minute round two, but Bobby forgives it and they continue fighting. And yeah, Drew is just trying to land some good stuff. Eventually he does start backing Bobby up though. He lands a hell of a spinning back fist that stuns Bobby, but Bobby's able to again utilize his much better defense and slips out of it. Well, he doesn't slip out of the spinning back fist, he's hit pretty hard, but he does try and keep his back off the cage, and Drew just keeps him there for the most part. Drew even goes for another spinning back fist, which doesn't land, but he starts overloading his overhand left, and he lands a good couple, then finishes it about 2 minutes 40 seconds into round two with a combo that does knock Bobby out. So now we've got to talk about it. So again, I am fully aware I did a really bad job of covering this fight, but it's close to Christmas. I mean, literally next week is Christmas, so I really couldn't give less of a shit. I mean, I do want to count with it, but this fight was a lot of fun, honestly. It was just really nice to see two respectful dudes. And even when Joe Martinez, who was the announcer for this one, was calling the fight, Bobby, who was knocked out, and even though he got it pretty early afterwards, he didn't show any ill will towards it. He actually applauded Drew, and the two hugged each other after it was announced that Drew had won, because obviously he had, he knocked Bobby out. But it was just really nice to see no animosity between them. It was just nice to see two nice dudes being nice dudes even after the fight was over. Do I recommend you go seek it out for yourself? Yes. Is it going to be in my top 10? No, especially not this late after I've sort of already sorted my top 10 now. This won't even be an honourable mention. It was still a very fun fight, but again, a thing that detracts from it is the fact that I have to keep sweeping my hair. And also, the fact that it was in the Apex Center. Again, I don't want to see any more fights at the Apex Center. It's just such a reduced crowd. It takes so much of the enjoyment out of it for me. But I don't know. Go find this fight for yourself, though. It is a lot of fun. Again, just nice, respectful dudes having a really good fight. So It's a lot of fun. Go find it. And that'll about do it as for what's next from me. Well, the entirety of the next week, I'm looking to knock out a bunch of my end of year stuff. Maybe tomorrow I might do my top 10 UFC fights of 2022. Maybe Tuesday through Thursday I will do my top 30 albums of the year. I mean, maybe it might be a bit too much from me, but you know what? I'm seriously considering it. I might do it anyway. I don't really care. No one really watches those, but I got some good shit lined up for all of those lists. So if you are interested, maybe consider swinging by and watching. But that's the next thing I can sort of guarantee. So I am going to be busy this week before the Christmas weekend. And that's about it. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye. And I hope you have a lovely Christmas and a Happy New Year.